Hi there guys, hopefully you are all doing well. I thought I'd give you another garage and channel update as quite a bit has happened in the last couple of months since I did the last one. The first one being I have finally hit 40,000 subscribers. I said I wanted to do it before Christmas. My hopes weren't that high, but it turns out that the video series for the 156 did really well, and it's got in near enough a couple of thousand new subscribers, so I'm really pleased with that. And hello to all you guys who have recently subscribed, and thank you for doing so. Next we're going to talk about the fact I managed to stupidly drop my phone out my pocket and let a customer run over my phone. Here's a little bit of grainy footage of it here now. So while that's been sent off to be repaired, I needed something to film on. I thought, I can't use this old phone which I'm using to film on now, which is a Samsung S20, which is getting on a bit now. The battery's not too great, so I did try and film a little bit of another video, but it was a bit pants, so I couldn't include it. So this video has started on the Samsung S20, and I'm going to switch over to my new camera, which you've just seen in shot just, which is the Osmo 3, which is a fancy camera which does all the things, singing and dancing. So I'm learning my way around this now, so videos are going to be a little bit different. And as some of you have been saying for years, get a microphone. I've finally got one, it come with it, so you will see when I transition now. So here we are on the new camera with it follows my face, so I can't get it to show you the mic as well. So it's a new fancy span-angle camera, and it does the job. It's got a much wider lens. It works much better in low light, because I noticed when I was editing the last 156 video, as I was losing the light, the picture was absolutely crap. So I thought, as being as I'm without my phone, now is the time I invest in this camera. I've read loads of reviews and it come back really well, so we are kind of hoping that this one is going to be the big improvement the channel needs, because you're finally going to be able to hear everything I say, and it's also going to follow my face everywhere I go. So as you can see, this, look, it's following me. It's quite cool and groovy. This is actually the first time I've used it, so bear with me while I try and work things out. So now I'm going to talk about what is in the unit and what's been going on. This Fiat Coupe that was sitting outside the unit for quite a few weeks, I've finally got it in the unit and I'm starting to work on it. Done a cam belt, loads of other stuff, service, brakes, some suspension work, and that is now nearly all done. I just need to finish off the servicing this afternoon. We are waiting for the brake calipers to be sent off, because all the seals in them had expanded and you couldn't get the brake pads in, and it was stopping the wheel from turning, so they've all got to be sent off to be rebuilt and refurbished. I have also got this 156 in, not 156, it's a 159, 2.2 JTS. As you notice, the intake manifold is removed because the injectors have had to come off, because injector number 1 wasn't putting any fuel into the engine. So that's been sent off, and we've got to wait for that to come back. The next one, I'm going to have a long conversation about this one. It's a 2.2 Julia diesel. I'm doing a cam belt on it, and there's just certain things on it, when you leave things for too long, seize, and it becomes very troublesome, and it makes a very expensive cam belt change. So I'm not going to use any light on this so we can see how much detail we get in it. So down here is the oil segregator. As we can see, we've had a new cam belt on it. A little bit of dirty oil on there, I'll wipe that off after. And on the cam belts, when you're taking it off, there's a cover here. You see the 4 bolts, 1, 2, 3, 4. And because this is literally done 110,000 miles, and I don't think it's ever had a cam belt, all the nuts to hold this little plastic cover on the front here had seized, so I've had to break it off in order to get some mole grips around the nuts to remove the nuts. So I've called the Alpha dealer. And for a new one of those, we're talking like 90 quid or something stupid like that, plus £4 each for the tiny little nuts which go in the end there. So that's added near enough another £100 bill, not including the extra labour. I'm not going to charge you money for that because that's a bit unfair. But the next problem we've got is, because it's never had an oil segregator, which was peeing through the intake manifold as well, when I've gone to screw the nut in, I'll show where I've done with it, there it is. So basically, it's broke off. But what I was doing first before it broke off is, you see at the top there, you've got the big hole and the little hole. The little hole is a threaded hole that you thread a screw through to pull out the oil segregator, because it's pointed into the engine flat like that, so you can't get anything around it. So that decided to have the threads pull out of it, and there's not enough access down there to do anything else, so you've kind of got to jimmy it round and try and get it out with a pry bar. And getting it out with a pry bar, as delicately as you can do it, the side is still snapped off, And for a replacement one of these, you're talking 150 quid, something like that, include plus VAT or something like that. So it's, again, it's added like nearly 300 quid to a customer's cam belt bill because this wasn't serviced and it was seized in. So it's stuff like that, which could have probably been made a little bit better to aid longevity of service in a car without having to have massive extra bills because you need to buy more parts from a dealer because you can't get them from anywhere else. So rant over. Customer's all okay with that. He's all been told about that, and my phone's ringing. Outside we have the Calibra. Not done too much more on that yet. I have picked up another door for it. I've started refitting all the interior and the carpet and stuff. But yeah, that's a little bit cleaner than it was. But I've still got a fair old whack to do, and I'll tell more about that in the next video. There's no point giving all that away. 156 is still here. I've not sold that yet, unfortunately. I do need that to go, so I can put towards my next project we'll talk about in a minute. I have put a new front badge on it. I've still got to tidy up the front headlights and do a little bit of the plastic trim sorting out. We've got a Fiat Coupe over here. This is suffering from an oil leak from the front of the engine. So I've got to strip it all down. I've changed the oil filter and a few other bits and bobs because it's coming from that sort of area. So I do need to strip it down and find out why exactly we've got a massive oil leak. But this is staying outside probably for a while because I've now got cars stuck inside and I can't work on this. I think I've spoke about everything outside. I've got a GTA over there, black 147 GTA that had been off the road for 10 years. I've put cam belt on that, got that up and running, but unfortunately it needs some suspension work and some brakes work because it seems to have lost the pedal, so I've got to find out why that's doing it. But say yeah, at the minute I've got this Julia stuck in front of the door, so I can't get anything in or out until these new parts come. The 155 is out of hibernation. I am hopefully over Christmas, because it's going to be nice and quiet for me, finishing the bonnet off and then remove the engine so we can get that rebuilt. And I've also kind of come into the realisation that I need to sell my silver GTA because it's just sitting under the cover. I'm not going to drive it. I've now moved on to more interesting and different projects. I can't keep all these cars and do projects because it takes up too much room. What I'd love to do is to be able to put another ramp over there so my own personal projects can go on there and stay on there until I need to move them out. That would really make sense. So if somebody wants to buy a very nicely restored GTA, minus the bodywork, that is going to be for sale. The Barchetta, also sitting under a cover, need to sell that. If anybody wants to make me a decent offer to it where it is, it's had a cam belt variator service, loads of things done to it, that is also going to be for sale. If nobody wants it, I'm going to finish it and sell it next year because it's just not being used anymore. The Punto now has its engine in it. We've still got one hell of a lot still to do. I've got all the vacuum pump work, a little bit more wiring, put the radiator in, but we're almost at the point where we can add some fluids and get this started. So we're getting close to finishing this now, which is lovely. And my Porsche is hiding away over winter, hibernating, because fortunately the Land Rover is still so good to drive. I might as well just carry on driving that and keep this for the summer and have some fun in it. I've also got another project. I know that the Calibra will be coming to an end soon. There's only another 2 episodes maximum left to do on that. Probably just one. And I need another project. The 156 is finished, so that can be going soon, but I want to sell that to be able to put some money towards this new money pit which I've got here, which is going to need a lot of work. Shall I show you? Because it's going to be a while till I can touch this. Shall I show it you? What do you reckon? Pause the video and say, should I show you the video? And I may install a bit on it. So I want to talk about the reason why I've bought it first. So right, the Calibra. So I've got another project here. The Calibra was bought as a car that I always admired as coming on to probably a teenager. And I wanted to just experience the older cars, working on them. Now I've tickled that itch, I found something else. I was looking through eBay, looking at Peugeot 205 GTIs, Corrados, all cars from the 70s, 80s and 90s. And it got me thinking of, okay, when I was a kid as well, I enjoyed playing computer games, 80s computer games, arcade games. When the fair used to come to town and they used to have that mobile arcade and you used to go in and the sounds and the noises of the arcades. What one stuck out to me the most, and this car stuck out to me in one of those computer games. You'd got various games at the time. Was it GTI Club was one where you got the Golf Mark 1 GTI in a Mini. You'd got Chase HQ, you got Chase HQ 2, you'd got on the Amiga you got Crazy Cars 2, which had the Alpha yeah, I can't remember it, I'll insert it now. And all stuff like that, and it got me thinking, there's one particular game always had a car in it that I quite liked, and I decided to go for it. I'm going to show you the back first because instantly it should remind you, if you're of my age, what game this car reminds you of. So let's just get into the right position. Boom. Who remembers that? Tell me the game and the movie that had this car in back in the 80s. It's a Porsche 928 S2, so Series 2 and the S version. A 5.7 litre V8 that is in a very, very sorry state. It hasn't been on the road for 12 years. The sunroof is rotten and been leaking in. So the interior, as well as being nasty, is soaking wet. So it's all got to come out and be replaced. And I'm also worried about all the electrics in there as well. The engine hasn't ran in 12 years, but what a beautiful thing it is. It looks very similar to the Buzzo engine because you've got the 8 trumpets, but it also reminds me of a Spider. But yeah, in here it is very dirty, dusty, disgusting. So I've got lots of work to do here. I was thinking about keeping this a secret for a few months until I can start working on it, but it's that long until I can actually start doing any work on it. I've thought I might as well show you guys now. From the people I've told and the people I've shown other customers that come in, people seem quite excited by it. I'm extremely daunted at the thought of fixing a 40-year-old car, which is, when this car came out, I was 7 years old. And no, I wasn't. When this car first came out in 1978 was the year I was born. When this car was made, I was only 7 years old. So that makes this car 40 years old now. And it's quite scary to the thought of how old I'm getting now. It's terrible. So I thought another car from my childhood, which I have always thought of highly, is something else I can own. And I'm looking forward to doing a restoration on this. Whether it's going to be a full restoration or not, I don't know. So you've probably looked at this as much as I have. Other than popping the bonnet and having a quick look inside, I've not even sat in it. So I'm waiting to do all that when I get to film the first video on it, when I try and get it on the ramp. The only thing I'm going to be doing is putting a new tyre on it so I can roll it. So I plan on doing a video on the Porsche in a couple of months. It's definitely going to be in the new year before the spring. I don't want to do anything on it, touch it, order any parts for it or anything until the Calibra's finished. I want to sell the 156, so I've got some funds to buy parts for it because it's going to need lots of them. It is a cam belt on it, not a chain, so I'm going to have to do a V8 cam belt chop, which is going to be fun. And I am looking forward to hearing this purr for the first time. But yeah, not running 12 years, don't know why it was parked up, don't know any history on it, but that's it. I'm not going to talk any more about it. We're going to wait for the next video. So I am actually not booking much more work in now until the new year because I've got the 155 to work on. I've got to finish the Fiat Coupe. I've got another Fiat Coupe to get in and work on that. That needs the whole front end pulling off it to try and find out where the oil leak's coming from. And I also really want to tidy the unit up because it is a crap hole at the minute because I've been that busy trying to get stuff gone for Christmas that everything is just a mess and I can't move stuff because everything's blocked in now. So tidying is going to be a proper pain. And I think that is everything I wanted to say. I will just say welcome again to all the new people and a big hello to the couple of returning channel members and new channel members. That's hopefully we can get you a little bit of extra content in this video for you. That's probably what I could do with the 928 stuff, but I've already done it. So I've got to say a big hello to all the new subscribers again. Thank you for subscribing, and hopefully you enjoy watching some of the back catalogue of videos. I have got probably about 600 on here now. Big, massive hello to some of the new channel members and returning channel members. I notice a few of you have come back from a little bit of a hiatus. So in the next year, I will continue giving you extended content, and if we can get to a higher number of channel members, I will try and give you your own unique videos. But for the amount you've got at the minute, it's not really much point doing much individual videos, because not many people would actually watch them. But I do appreciate you being there, and thank you very much for that. This Christmas I'm not doing anything big, staying at home, not going on a holiday, not really going out much, just hiding away. We've been doing some decorating at home, so we've got a nice cosy house at the minute, so we don't really want to go out anywhere and spend lots of money, because I've got to spend it on the Money Pit Porsche. Calibre wise, I've picked up a door for it without any dents in it, so we can fit that in the next episode. So I think we'll leave that video there. Hopefully you all have a nice Christmas and a Happy New Year. I'm going to continue hopefully doing videos. There might be a little bit of a hiatus over Christmas in the new year, just for the fact that I'm not going to be here to film anything, and I don't know what I'm going to film at the minute. I've got to start doing another one on the Calibre really. So yeah, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.